Another Maker Advent, and well, we have traditions, we have things to do each year, just as in the holiday season has. One of which is
multimeters.
This is my daily driver, the Aneng AN8008. Tiny multimeter, there's the banana scale for reference. And it's been absolute cracking machine. It just works. I only have to fix it twice now because this dial just gets a bit worn out over time. This was cheap for about 10-15 quid, and also ranging for all the voltages and resistances, that sort of thing, and it just works. I can't fault it. It's also a lot smaller than most multimeters, so one moment, and here we have my Unity UT58C. Bit of a beast, isn't it? Dependable multimeter, not auto ranging, it's all manual, but it just does the job, and it's got a really nice big screen. That one was a Christmas present from Mrs. P years ago now, all the way from when Maplin was a thing. RIP Maplin. So, multimeters is an essential thing for makers. We need them. But did it have to be this form factor? Well, no. As you can see, just slightly out of shot here, we've got something else. This is an Aneng A3005, he says, reading the screen convincingly. It's a pen multimeter. It's quite a unit for a pen, really. It's almost the same size as banana for scale. But this has only got one probe. There's your ground probe, and there's what you're going to be touching hot with, so live. It's got a silicon sleeve, so you don't stab yourself with it. You can also just take off a second silicon sleeve there. And it's completely automatic. It's smart. Simple buttons, power on, hold, NL and torch. So non-contact voltage or live. You actually stick it in to see something's live. I'm not going to do that. Is it any good? Well, first off, runs on AAA batteries, same as the Aneng AN8008. If I press the power button, it's set to auto. So I'm taking the probe guards off, and I've got a 9-volt battery. Let's take this second probe guard off, so we've got more contact. Pretty quick. So it's on auto mode now. If I connect up ground, 8.4. Pretty quick as well. So it can measure voltages. Continuity. If in doubt, beep it out. Will it do continuity testing? That's a bit slow. That's not even doing anything now. It's measuring resistance of the tips. That is a bit slow for continuity testing. Let's get something metallic. Yes, I'm collecting the Weird Advent calendar this year. Yeah. Is it going to measure this? That's a bit quicker. But it is slower than what I'd like to acquire a beep. Yeah, it's okay. So it can do voltage, it can do continuity. Can it check the resistor? Now I know this is a 100 ohm resistor because it's the one I use for the LEDs. So this is 100 ohm. Is that showing it as kilo ohms? Bear with me. No, it is showing it as ohms. There we go. So it's showing 105. So it's within 5% tolerance. Okay, so that's fine. What about capacitor? This is the 104 capacitor, the one that looks like a piece of lentil. No, it's showing resistance. So no, it won't measure capacitance. That's a shame. Right, what about a diode test? Well, for that, I've just worked out slightly off camera. I need to press the power button. Oh, it came with no instructions, by the way. Yeah, diode test. You can see there. Get a diode. LED is a diode, remember. Light emitting diode. Let's put a diode on there. And yeah, can measure the voltage. 1.4. So diode test works. Oh, non-contact voltage. Press the NL button. Wave it towards something that has voltage. So I've got my power supply on my desk. There we go, can you hear that? So it's pretty much all automatic, this. It's not bad. Let's have a look at it in detail. Right. Aneng A3005. I don't think it's a genuine Aneng, I think it is a clone. It's alright, 1198. It does the job. If you just need to do some continuity testing, it's a bit slow, but it'll work. If you need to check voltages on a board, it'll work. It's not the best multimeter ever, it's not even a tribute. It's good for what it is. it's a pen multimeter. That means you haven't got to mess around with two probes. You've got one probe in your hand and you've got the actual meter in the other, so you can see what you're beeping out basically. Bit less messy with the wires. Would I use it every day for jobs? Probably not. I think I'd stick with the Aneng AN8008 because I'm just used to that. I like that you've got the probe and the screen all in your hand. You haven't got to mess around with all the wires on the desk everywhere. That's good. Non-contact voltage, that's useful, but it's way too sensitive. I mean, if a 9-volt battery is making it beep like I'm going to die, then it's a bit too sensitive. Good for voltages, good for resistance, good for diode test, good for continuity if you have the caveat of it's a bit slow. A shame it can't measure capacitance, or I just don't know how because there's no instruction book. But yeah, it will come in handy for doing some tests on circuits, and also as a second multimeter or a third, or this could be my fourth multimeter, I'm not too sure. Fourth. 12 quid, it's okay. But if you're going to spend 12 quid on a multimeter and you haven't got one, get something like Aneng, getting shot, there you go. AN8008, there's newer ones as well now, for about 11 to 20 quid. Get one of those, or get a Uni T, or get something. But this, it's okay. Anyway, cheers.